truly does short hair mold character?
First of all, let's say that the education minister has had a very busy weekend.
I'm telling you.
Into this week, and he's been talking. Let me say this on record. Me, I'm a liberalist.
Sure.
The future and where the world is heading towards, if you don't liberate people to bring out what they have in them, and you still use colloquial and archaic rules in your schools, in your churches, wherever we find ourselves, living as human beings, then it means we are back 100 years. And by the time we decide to catch up, we will be nowhere near our competitors who are in other jurisdictions that get that freedom. What has hair got to do with what you have in your head, like your brain? How do you cut hair before you can be character-wise, like upright? I don't understand.
Okay, so
it's been something that has been happening.
Okay, now if I want to play the devil's advocate here. If you look at where the minister is coming from, he's coming from an education.
You are the devil. I'll address you as the devil, but you can go on.
He's coming from an education background where, in those times where keeping short hair was part of the discipline to ensure uniformity back then, all right? And he felt that if, maybe I might be wrong, but if you compare those days' discipline to today's discipline, it's way better in those days than in recent time.
Oh, really?
So maybe, just maybe, because having these kids cut their hair to form of let them know that, okay, this is the uniformity, this is the discipline that is expected of students in learning institutions. Maybe he considered all of that, realized that, no, in the past it was better than in the present. So why don't we go and pick lessons from the past and apply to the present?
Okay.
I mean, like the accounts will say, Sankofa wohui.
Okay. Now let me address the devil in you right now for this. Then we should as well go back and bring back Chokosi. Go back and bring FGM. Go back and bring all the archaic things that we left behind. Even culture that's supposed to be rigid, we say is dynamic. How much more going to school to learn in this year, 2025? Cutting your hair is the gateway to gaining knowledge and wisdom and character. Then we are far back behind. I don't understand what's happening. Because as minister, you should know by now that a lot of people in other countries and in other continents are doing a lot with long hair, so like pretty long hairs. And of all the challenges we have in our sector, haircuts should be some of the things you should go to bed thinking about, that it will mold character. Like Tyrone said, one of the guys who was nearly refused admission at Achimota, he says if keeping hair would distract you, then it means that short hair must be perfection.
Yeah.
A lot of the corrupt individuals that we are mentioning their names, right? When you see their photo, who keeps short hair more than them? They didn't go to the Ghanaian schools.
Someone on X said, who gets short hair past a Dubois?
Like, all the people messing up and have messed up our country, they all had short hairs.
You know, I'm thinking that what happened to teaching good morals? What happened to making sure we don't overpopulate our schools so that the ratio to student and teacher is reduced? What happened to hiring teachers of good moral standing so that their characters can be modeled? But rather, of all the problems that is facing us, short hair is what we are discussing today. The reason
I'm beginning to think is very simple. We hate our own.
Yeah.
We hate things that belongs to us. As you've kept your hair like this, if I enter into any Ghanaian space with you, they will give me reverence and leave you. Maybe I'll be the bad one. But just because you've kept your hair the way it is. See, in Ghana, there are some personalities who make keeping Rasta Domicon too much. Like Obrafo, Reggie Rockstone, AEC. Charlie, who says you can't keep your natural hair and still keep it tidy and clean?
And besides, if you look at it, if you look at how difficult it is in terms of keeping natural hair and then putting on artificial hair. I mean, your hair, getting a cornrow for the girl child is easy to keep.
How
and
about
it's not
designating one Saturday to say,
you know?
between 9 and 11 is your saloon day or something? We can always, people are even looking for jobs. We can imagine the whole campus of a senior high school with 2 or 3 saloons, making sure that the girls are well kept. Like, we hate ourselves to the extent that anything that is ours, we don't like. You know the most hypocritical thing about this?
No, tell me.
When the people come from abroad and to attend our schools, we leave them for them to keep their hair.
Yeah.
Are they more human than us? Just say, what black man do black man? Like, what have we done to ourselves that... You see, I like how a lot of people are very vocal because, Charlie, of the things the world is fighting right now, Charlie Class 2 boy in China right now is doing phone, and they are bringing it down here for us to use. And our preoccupation is to cut your hair so that you can go to school.
You know, when I heard this statement from the education minister that all our students will keep short hair because we are molding characters and instilling discipline, then I said to myself, we are talking about leaders who have kept short hair over the years and 60-something years of Ghana where they have been in the helms of affairs, and we are still where we are. Since the time I was learning in JHS that Ghana is a developing country, I have finished school, finished uni, and still here, and I'm still calling Ghana a developing country. But this is a country that was manned and in charge of people who had the shortest hair. Most of them don't even have hair at all. But Ghana is where it is. You get it. So how do you then draw the correlation between haircut and molding character? Look, for instance, me like this sitting here, even this hair that I am keeping, it is my own hair. But you see, the kind of stigmatization I get and all of that. So it's a society thing. But of course, for a society that wants to move forward, it is not wise to keep doing the old things that never produced results.
And do you know what's funny?
Tell me.
We will turn around and ask why the Ghanaian child is always timid. Like, nonsense rules. They grow up not knowing that, keeping your hair can even add to your confidence.
Exactly.
They go elsewhere and people are looking at them like, see, look at some of our athletes. This one, I'm sorry, but when they cut their hair, they are looking very masculine, and it's not their choice. Some people by birth, their head shape, they are not so confident about it. And this is where you expose some of their insecurities. And as kids, we will tease you. December head. What head?
Yeah, I remember that, you know.
But before SHS, the person was covering it up with the hair. Nice.
Yeah.
It adds to the confidence.
Yeah.
But don't expose it to the world, and then when people laugh at them, they coil, we will turn around and be like, we are timid. We will be timid because some of these rules do not liberate us. I
agree. And you see, look, all these years, our girls have kept short hair. But we still recently, we saw the video of the headmaster, KNUST SHS, turning the student's nipple like he's looking for a radio station. But that student had a short hair. So where does it, you see, I understand that, yes, the Minister of Education is enthused and you know, has the energy and wants to really transform the sector. But sometimes, if your stance are too strong and holes are being poked into, and you realize that according to the evidence and the fact, you realize that probably your stance are too strong. I think the smartest and wise thing to do is to admit that, okay, maybe my stance were too strong. But of course, we are moving on as a nation. And you know, so I take a different position. And that doesn't change anything. I
also understand the fact that today's adolescent is easily distracted. Let's not forget that. I don't know, therefore the Gen Z or the Alpha, I don't know. No, but I feel like the new generation or the new crop of guys coming up, they are easily distracted. The fear will be that when they are in school, Imagine you have to leave the dormitory by say 6 a.m. and somebody is busily now styling their hair. That also affects them.
Right.
But you see, if you start it early, the concentration will not be on the hair.
Yeah.
But the moment you start making it the point of attraction that your hair, imagine when we were in school, they will put scissors in people's hair.
Yeah.
And you know, some people, their health is tied to their hair. Some people are not cutting their hair because of their eyesight. Like, things are connected to why people do not cut their hair. But you have to do it because you are in Ghana. Why? Why? Did God bring us to this country to suffer?